Hey guys, this is Alex on the Casuals, and today we're going to continue playing Genshin Impact, and we're going to give you guys more advanced tips on the game and how to improve your gameplay. If you have not seen the previous tip video, please make sure to go check it out. There's a ton of really useful information in this video. Alright, so for this first tip, it's actually regarding to the item that you can buy. This game tries to limit how many items you can buy every day. So it's a daily stuff. You can see here that the items are going to refresh in 10 hours and 37 minutes. So it's a really good habit to really buy out everything that you're going to need or that you're going to want on a daily basis. The reason I'm buying these weapons right now is actually good because I'm going to be feeding them as XPs into my other weapons. The same can be said about the other NPCs that are selling items, such as food. They're going to sell you also limited items per day that you can wish to buy. And also make sure to check the chefs, because sometimes they have different recipes that you might not have acquired. So make sure to always buy these. In my case, I have a few to purchase. And also, if there's some specific items that you really want to buy, like buff items or stuff like this, you can always do so at the same place here. The next step is actually in regard to the adventurer rank NPC, where you can actually dispatch characters on expeditions. This is extremely important to do on a daily basis, and especially once you're going to go to bed. Just right before going to bed, make sure to select an expedition, choose the length that you feel you're going to not be playing the game or needing these characters, and obviously the rewards are going to increasing like based on the time that you're gone. So in my case, I'm going to claim some really cool rewards. This is going to help just craft more stuff and even, I guess, get a 4-star weapon. And yeah, just before going to bed, the last thing you do, just send as many characters as possible. Right now our limitation is 2. I'm not quite sure. I think that this is going to be able to be increased eventually with the adventure rank. Now for the next tip, it's regarding the Ascension Materials. There are multiple ways to acquire these, but basically once your character and equipments are going to reach a certain point, you're going to need to basically gather specific materials to ascend your character to allow him to, or your weapon, to go further away, further in progression. So some of these materials can actually be crafted using the lower rarity ones and to get the better ones. And you can also do so, well, basically you can do it here at the this little crafting bench. There's one in every city. Now this next tip is a bit obvious, but don't be scared to play in co-op and play with friends whenever you need help. This feature is unlocked at Adventure Rank 16, and it's gonna be really useful once you're gonna try like specific bosses like the Indris, Dominator of the Wolves, which can be a challenging encounter when you're by yourself. Gotta go in the middle. Oh, it's going after me. So this next tip is actually affects in 2 ways. Basically, whenever you press F3, you can go to the cash shop area, I guess, where you're going to be able to, like, I guess, be lucky and acquire characters and weapons. Be really careful about these bundles. Really take the time to read what they include and what are the chances of everything. Some bundles, like you can get like a guaranteed 4-star. Actually, most bundles or all bundles are include at least 1 4-star. However, sometimes it's gonna say a character or weapon, so just to keep that in mind. If you just like wanted a really a 4-star character, then maybe not take the risk of like buying this bundle, for example. It's really up to you based on your preference and your needs. And yeah. Now the second point regarding these bundles is that if you actually like you try to buy more and you don't have enough, you can go into Paimon Shop, and in this shop there's actually a few things that are really useful to spend on. The main thing that you're going to be spending on in this shop is in the Stardust exchange. Stardust you get some whenever you basically acquire bundles, and they're going to give you like small amounts, which are going to be useful. And with this amount, you can actually buy the Acquaint Fates and also the Intertwin Fates as well. And in my case, they're not here because I already bought all of mine, but it's a maximum of 5 per month for each. So really try to use these. Like you can see them here, I already bought them all. So yeah, make sure to use these for mainly for the characters. In my case, it's what has the best value, since I mean you can basically play this game as a free-to-play player if you want. Obviously later on you might want specific materials for like your Ascension and stuff like this, but this is more like if you're in a hurry. But the characters are definitely a must choose in my opinion. Now it's kind of the same for the Star Glitter Exchange. However, these are much slower to acquire, so it will take a little while before you can actually buy something in here. I would definitely save these for either specific characters that you want to like either you didn't have or you want to dupe for to increase their talents, or even these fates for just more bundles. There's an event section in the game, and you really need to somewhat pay attention at least to the event durations and what they do exactly. In this case, this event is a daily login stuff. That's fine, but more specifically like this.
I'm a chef from Liyue. My favorite place is the chicken. I mean, the kitchen.
She talks a lot, but she's funny. But yeah, basically, this event here, event duration. It's a permanent event in this case, so that's fine. But it's something that it's important to know, because if you want this character, which is a pyro character, and she's a melee one with a spear, which is she's pretty good. I've tried her in a story mission, and she was really nice to play. I had more fun with her than with Amber, for example. All you have to do to acquire is to complete the Abyss, Floor 3, Chamber 3. So this is, I mean, it's fairly hard early on in the game. Like if you have one or two characters at level 40, it should be doable. It might cause a bit of trouble, but I mean, this character is somewhat easy to acquire in terms of like, it's going to be done within a week most likely. So yeah, make sure to take note of your events and just benefit from them. This next tip is actually in regard to party composition. There are some somewhat hidden bonuses that you can get in your party, and you can see these into the elemental resonance section. So basically, once you're gonna have like double elements or of some kinds, you're gonna gain like bonuses that are gonna apply to your party. And also, these are all mostly like two of the same elements. I guess if you're rocking like two Geo and two like Cryo, whatever, like you're gonna have two different set of bonuses. Or you could also try to get the elemental resistance plus 12% by getting 4 unique elements. So this might seem like minor bonuses, but they actually can have a pretty good impact on the team synergy and the combos that you do in combat. Now this next tip is actually in regard to cooking. Whenever you access a cooking station, there's basically two tabs that you can access. The one to craft basically finished product, the food, and the one to prepare the ingredients. It's really important to actually, like, whenever you have a lot of downtime, to just queue up all your ingredients that you want to use and to get your products that you're going to be able to use for cooking. And once you've done that, then you can proceed to cooking. The way cooking works is pretty simple. Basically, you're gonna learn recipes, and then once you have the recipes, you acquire the ingredients, and then you can cook it. There it says, like, for example, proficiency 5 on 15. So that means that right now I'm not like a master of this food, so I need to reach proficiency of 15 to be able to craft this and like automatically. So in this case, whenever you try to cook, it's like a little time event. You have to cook and reach a specific dark yellow area, and once you have the perfect timing, it's going to say perfect, and it's going to increase the proficiency. If you don't hit a perfect, the proficiency does not increase. However, you still manage to cook the food, and if not, well, you're going to fail the cooking. And also here you can see that you can actually select your character, and there some characters are going to have cooking bonuses, just like the character I was talking to you about earlier from the Abyss. She's a cook, so we can assume that she's probably going to have some cooking bonuses. There is one mistake here, I guess. It says that she has no character bonuses for cooking, but it's actually not true. She has one for cooking fish. I think she can cook it like the timer bar is bigger. And once your proficiency is max, like I said, you can actually cook like quantities automatically, and it's going to cook automatically. So that's just going to be if you just want the food without having to deal with it. Now, still regarding to cooking, some recipes are going to be having a really powerful impact on your gameplay, basically on your attempts, like boss attempts. There are a lot of restorative items and stuff that are just going to heal you, but there are also some that are going to give you buffs. In this case, like the best buff that I have right now is increase all party members attacked by a certain amount, and crit rate also for 300 seconds. So whenever I'm going to go fight a boss, I'm usually going to try to pop multiple buffs of different types. So I'm going to pop like a defensive, an offensive, stuff like this. Now be careful whenever you're using large amounts of healing items during like a boss encounter, for example, as your characters eventually will be hungry, will no longer be hungry based on how much food you fed them during the fight. So, and it's going to deplete over time, so you're going to see this little circle around the face fill up. So make sure to really like gauge how much food you're giving them, just so that you're not in trouble later on. That's it for the tips for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed and that these tips were useful. If you liked the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. And as usual, come talk to us on Discord. And if you want to comment down below and for video ideas or stuff that you would like to see in the future, just do so. Thank you.